Welcome to our video on Camden Market, but what we want to do on this is give you 5 of the best things to do in Camden Market. The reason for that is time is always so critical, so if we can point out the 5 best things to do, you will get real value for your time here in Camden. Now this is a place that we've come to many times and absolutely love, so we're going to show you a bit of Camden Market, but also give you those 5 things to go off and do. Now also, because we want to give you value for money out of this video, we're going to include a 6th one. How about that? Right, let's start off with our first one. So let's face it, if you're coming down to Camden Market, you're probably thinking, right, I'm going to go down, have a good look at the shops and see what they've got down there. Also, let's go and see if they've got any bargains. Well, the fantastic thing is you've got stalls and you've got shops all over the place of all different kinds and varieties. So I promise you something, you'll find something here that you'll love. The market is split into lots of different sections with different stalls in each of those. Plus, there are different areas where you can get food. Here we're in the stables yard, which is actually on the Chalk Farm Road, so if you're coming up from Camden Station then you might want to come here because it's nice and easy to get into and it's never as busy as some of the other places that we're going to show you. Like here, this is always busy and this is the market hall, and I love just being up here on the first floor looking down and around and just look at some of that ornate artwork. Now this is a great place to come if the weather isn't that great, but if the weather's okay then you've got outside market stalls as well that you can come and look at, but in the middle of the winter definitely recommend the inside ones. Here we're in the Horse Tunnel Market, and the great thing about the Camden Market is you never know what you're going to find from one store to the next. So here you've probably got what's called vintage clothes. To me and you, that's probably what's called so-called second-hand clothes, but you can find some real bargains, and you saw that rack just now for £5 for everything. So you really can come down here, and also did you just see that was a toy area as well? Plus you've got a selection of art, and if those mobiles serve me rightly, then I've got a funny feeling they were there at Christmas in the various stalls as well. Now this is always a major attraction here at Camden, Cyberdog, which has been here for many years and actually has all sorts of rave clothing in there in bright UV neon colours and various other things, which is also available online. One thing I would really suggest if you're going to come down here and enjoy the shopping is spend the first hour just walking around to get your bearings. It'll probably take you about that amount of time. Now the great thing is you can't really get too lost because if you go in one direction it sort of goes round in circles and you'll find yourself back at the start. But there's a whole different levels of things that you can go and see just like here, and you can also sort of dive underneath the covers here as well, which is also good when it's raining. So it really is one of those places to explore first and then come and enjoy all the different stores. Now whilst a lot of the stores are open every single day, the real days you want to come down here are on a Saturday and a Sunday, because that's when the whole place really comes to life and most of the stores are open. And you've got everything, as you saw, from old cameras and watches being sold to there, which to Jaden's fancy, all the different types of socks you can get as well. So without a doubt, a great place to come down, do some shopping. Oh, and by the way, everyone takes cards, so you don't need to worry about cash, and you can get some absolute bargains here off the different stalls, and some great art and craft as well. And as you'll know, if you're a regular watcher of this channel, I always say whenever you're walking around London, look up, because if you don't look up, you'll miss sights like these. How about these for jewellery? If you're following us or any other sites in London on Instagram, you will have seen the umbrellas here at Camden Town, but you may not have noticed, or you may not have even known that it was here at Camden. So you've got more areas where you've got cobbled streets and you've got more stalls, but the great thing is also this area is also undercover. This is also probably the most photographed selfie area in the whole of Camden Market as well. And here you've got them. You've got the umbrellas which are hanging up and just swinging in the wind as well, of a couple of different colours, but wow, they really do look fantastic. So this is why our second thing we suggest you've got to do is get down here to get your selfie taken with these umbrellas. So this alleyway is known as Saddle Row, and it's because it's right by the Horse Tunnel Market. So if you're looking for it, that's what you need to ask for, Saddle Row. Also, what's interesting, at different times they've got more umbrellas hanging up, and we're going to show you another part of the video we took another time when we came down here, and it was absolutely teeming with umbrellas because, as you can see here, there aren't that many, but at other times there are loads of them. Plus also you've got more unique shops which are all underneath these archways, which are underneath the railways which go into central London. This area is also known as one of the most Instagrammable in London, so it's a place where people really do come for their Instagram photos. But also, as you can see, you've got some lovely shops. But as you can see here, this is what I mean, the complete umbrellas are out. And on a really bright sunny day, it does keep the sun off you coming through those glass panes. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go shopping, I always look for a good place to go and have a cup of coffee and sit down and chill, so you can actually think about what you're doing and where you're going to go next. For me, let me tell you, this is the best place at Camden Market. It's Camden Coffee. It's right by the Camden Market sign here, which is on the Chalk Farm Road, so that's the main road that leads up from Camden Station. Having trouble finding it, a gorilla in a pink leotard will definitely give the game away. Right, so not only have you got coffee, you've got soft drinks as well. Also, a great selection of cakes. And for me, that was the absolute stealer. And that chocolate fudge cake, I can tell you, is absolutely gorgeous. The coffee here is really, really tasty. But also the other brilliant thing here as well is they've got a first floor where you can go and sit and go and enjoy it as well, which a lot of these places here at Camden don't. So when you walk in, you'll see this small area and think this is the only seated area, but it's not, because you've got these stairs which go up to the first floor where you've got lots of tables and you've got chairs as well, very comfy, and also some great views over this section of Camden Market. Now, I'd also like to say that I tested out quite a few of the different coffee establishments. Well, someone's got to do it to make sure we can recommend the best place for you, and I guarantee you the service here was brilliant, but also the coffee and the cakes taste gorgeous. But as you can see, if you're looking out for people to coming into Camden Market, or you're trying to get their attention, this is a great place to stand and watch the world go by or look for other people. Also, as you can see, there you go, I had to do a taste, and I can tell you that cake is absolutely delicious. Also, another major benefit of coming up here is that's not a light, that's a heater, and I can tell you it is absolutely baking. So if you're coming up here during winter, you definitely want to come. Okay, it's time to get back outside, and if you're coming up here during the summer, you definitely want to take a boat ride from here at Camden, which goes down towards Little Venice and Maida Vale, because you can grab this boat here, which is the London Water Bus Company. The trip to Little Venice takes about 40 minutes, and to be quite honest, the boat goes so slow you could probably just about walk as fast, but you won't get the great scenery from the middle of the canal, which is the Regent's Canal, which takes you all the way through there. And also in some of the places you can't go through the tunnels either, because they haven't got footpaths, and that's well worth doing, because all of a sudden the lights go out and it looks really, really great from inside the boat. We're going to show you that in just a couple of seconds. But as you can see, there's room on here probably for about 20 to 30 people. So one of the things you do need to do if you're thinking of doing it is definitely Google the London Water Bus Company and then book your slot on a boat. And the boats in the summer go about every 45 minutes in each direction. And as you can see here, look, there's no towpath, so only the boats can go through here. It's quite incredible, because when you're doing this, you've got to remember you're only about 3 miles, if that, from central London, and yet you're on a canal. And also it gives you some great views you wouldn't normally see, like some really posh houses. This belongs to the Sultan of Brunei apparently, and he's never lived here, but this is on the outskirts of Regent's Park, so you wouldn't normally be able to get to see something like this apart from through the canal boat. And I must say, for someone that doesn't live here, his trees are looking absolutely fantastic, and I bet you there's not a single weed on that lawn. I wonder how he manages that. If you fancy seeing the full canal ride, we've done that on a previous video, so I'll put a link to that up in the top right hand corner for you. Now, this boat will take you to Little Venice and back, so as I said, about 40 minutes each way. Now, if you fancy seeing what Little Venice looks like, we've also got a video on that for you, and I'm going to put that in the top right hand corner for you now. Now, if you really want to do it in a posh way, how about going punting? And you can also have your own guitarist on it as well. You probably need to Google that to find out the details. Also, the great thing about the towpath as well is you've got people running, cycling, doing all sorts of things that are going down here as well. So you've almost got its own micro-life on the outskirts of Camden. And as you can see here, we're just about to pull into Camden, and there's that fantastic bridge that goes across the Regent's Canal. This is definitely one of those things to recommend to do during the summer when it's nice and warm, because you'll really enjoy the boat ride. But whatever you do, it will be busy, especially if you're coming up here on a Saturday and Sunday. So make sure you book your tickets in advance, because I have seen people, lots of people, turned away because they have no space left on the boat. So make sure you do book that. And also the timetable's on there as well, so you can sort of plan your whole journey around it. If you're loving the video, you know what you need to do. Give us a big thumbs up, will you? This will help us spread the video around YouTube more so other people can enjoy it as well. And if you're not subscribed, go on, hit the button. Right, has that boat trip made you hungry? Yeah, it's time to look at places to eat. And there are so many around Camden Market. If you're looking for food from restaurants and looking to come and sit down and have a meal, then this is the area that you probably need to come to. It's North Yard. Now there are a few others scattered around the whole of Camden Market, but this is the area where it's all gathered. And as you can see, you've got Greek, we've just gone past an Italian restaurant, and they've got different places that are here. Prices do also vary, so it's always worth having a look at beforehand to see what they've got on offer and what the prices are. Maybe you're looking for something more on the go. Well, if it is, it's West Yard you want, which is over here where the canal boats come in, which we showed you earlier. And here you've got lots and lots of different types of food, but all street food. But you need to queue, you get your food, and then you've got to go and find somewhere to go and eat it. And as you can see, space is a bit of a premium around here. As you can see, Jaden leading us through the crowd. The other amazing thing about coming through this area is not just the variety of food, but it's the smell as well. So if it's lunchtime and you're not feeling hungry, just a 2-minute walk around here and you'll feel absolutely ravenous, and then you can join the queues. So the idea is, if you're not feeling hungry and you're looking to avoid the queues, don't come walking around here. That's probably your best bet. So that is over at West Yard. Now at the main entrance where you see this side for the Camden Lock Bridge and under the arches of the railway, this area, which is Camden Lock Place, you've got again lots and lots of different food venues. And the great thing that is here is if you come walking down, lots of the people, if they're not too busy, will start throwing food samples at you so you can try the different types of food. And once again, this area is absolutely packed. Also, another reason it's so packed down here, not only have you got all the different food venues under the arches here, and also down this alleyway which is Paddock Lane, but also it's a main thoroughfare which takes you through to Stables Yard, which we've shown you earlier, and North Yard. So it's sort of a main walkthrough, but also lots and lots of people milling around. But just look, all of these places down here selling food, which is incredible. Another great thing about coming here as well is if you're coming with a family, you know what it's like. Someone fancies something, something fancies something else. Actually, because you've got a whole wide cross-section of food, everyone will be happy. And this, if you really do like your food, is a place to get to. This is Italian Alley, as it's known, and there's a real big cross-section of food down here. For accessibility at Camden Market, nearly everything is at street level, but as we've shown you already, there are lots and lots of cobbled areas, which will make the going a little bit bumpy, either pushchair or if you're in a wheelchair. So you need probably a good scooter with a good suspension if you're coming around here. Also, just be aware as well of the crowds, because as you can see, it's very, very narrow coming down these places, and if you're low down, you might feel a bit claustrophobic. We've shown you 5 things to do. How about a bonus 6th? Right, it's ice cream here at Hansel and Gretel. And believe you me, there will be a queue when you get here, but it's well worth the queue to go in and have the ice cream. Come inside with us. Let us show you inside the shop. Yes, it is a sweet treat. So here you've got all sorts of ice creams with so many different types of toppings, cones, etc. Plus, as you can see here, you've got lots and lots of sweet treats as well. And that's why the queue here is always so long, because people can't actually make up their minds what they want when they get to the front of the queue. Not that I've been stuck behind those sorts of people at all, much. Anyway, we wanted to bring you this as a bonus because it's a wonderful place to come as an extra sweet treat. So I hope you've liked our look around Camden Town, and 5, actually 6 things to do when you're here at Camden Market, because it's great. Now we're going to give you a little added bonus as well. So when you leave here, don't go back to Camden Town Station because it's always packed. Just walk up the road to the next station. This is Chalk Farm, and it's almost closer to come to Chalk Farm Station than it is to go to Camden Town. So if you come here, you can get on the train a lot easier. Then it passes through Camden Town where everyone else gets on the train, which also means you're much more likely to get a seat. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed our video and some great tips to do and things here at Camden Market. Now, if you like markets, you've got to go to Portobello. And if you've not seen Portobello Market, which is the UK's largest antique market, then you need to see that video next, which is in the top right-hand corner. And we'll see you in there.